The Democrat Party controls the Assembly 2-1. It also controls the state Senate and the governor's office. So they have complete authority and power over the budget process. To say that they had no control over the spending and the consequential taxes that are going to flow out of that spending is disingenuous. It's simply not true. Don't believe it when they tell you that they had to have an emergency budget process. They wanted to have this done behind closed doors so that you couldn't see what was going on. And the assembly members wanted to be able to point the fingers at the governor and say, well, this is the governor's budget. There's nothing we could do about it. We can't help it. We didn't know. And they act as though they were surprised by all this. Well, you know, the only surprise is that we should be in any way surprised at that. This happens to be the way they've been doing business in the last few years. They allow their leadership to enact legislation behind closed doors and then claim that they've had nothing to do with it. Again, that's not true. So I go back to my point here for this video, and that is that our assemblyman has withdrawn, reneged on a tax credit agreement with local businesses, claiming that they cannot use them now. They cannot use them to create jobs that we so desperately need in central New York, but he's going to allow $2 billion in new tax credits in New York City. That's effective representation of the interests of Manhattan, but not of central New York. I want to give a voice to your values in central New York. I won't let the leadership of the Assembly tell me how I have to vote. I won't vote in favor of the residents of Manhattan. I'll vote for the particular interests of central New York, the voters in Syracuse, the town of Geddes, and in the town of Van Buren. Okay, things are tough. But we all know that when things get tough, the tough get going.